Hey YouTube, I saw a video that Cat's Cradle did and I'm still working and I'll link those videos below, and they showed things that they had canned and they kind of gave you a little review sort of each thing, and I thought that it was such a helpful and fun video to watch, so I wanted to kind of hop on that. I know that they did the videos a long time ago, but they would still be good to watch today. So I would say that I'm fairly new to canning. I just got my pressure canner maybe 3 weeks ago, and I just absolutely love it, and I've been water bath canning for a few years, so I wouldn't say that I'm an expert, but I can just show you what I've done and to let you know the successes and whether I would do it again or not. So let's start here. This is my chicken soup, and that's the recipe from the ball canning book, and it doesn't look that pretty. It looks like the chicken got a little over processed this time, but what I do is I heat it up and I add cooked white rice, and we eat that for lunches a lot. My husband absolutely loves this, and I'll make this over and over again. This is actually the second batch that I did. Okay, this is chicken broth, so that's the recipe from the ball canning book, and I'll use that in recipes if you make chicken pot pie or just any recipe that would call for chicken broth or chicken stock. And I actually haven't used this yet, but I mean, I've used it for the chicken soup, so I'm assuming it's great. Okay, and then this summer I had probably 10 to 15 tomato plants, so I made tomato sauce that I've since used up. So these are just quartered tomatoes, and these are probably what I think is the prettiest thing to can. It is a lot of work because it's water bath canning, so I think that that's a little harder than the pressure canning actually. So I just quartered these up and removed the skins, but they still have the seeds. I use quartered tomatoes in this tortellini soup recipe that I use, and also every time that I make tacos, I'll pour a can of this into the taco meat, and then I don't add fresh tomatoes in the winter. So it makes you so happy every time that you open this. It just reminds you of the summer. So I probably have like 4 pints of these left, so it'll make me almost all the way through the year. Okay, that's from the ball canning book. I'm a pretty cautious canner, so I mostly just use recipes from the ball canning book. These are chickpeas that I did use for hummus. I did make hummus from them. It was wonderful. I don't think that the texture to like just open them and eat them, they're actually a little bit mushy the way that the ball canning book tells you to do that. I see other YouTubers can them from just still sort of dried after they're soaked. So I don't know, leave a comment if you have any thoughts on that. Like, I want to do that so that the texture is better, but yeah, I'm not sure why the USDA canning book and the ball canning book doesn't have you like give you a recipe for raw pack. I don't know. Then I have, let's just go through the beans, black beans and kidney beans. My husband doesn't eat beans, so I just can the kidney beans in a little jar and I take them out, and when I make pasta, like a pasta salad, I'll just put some olive oil and throw a can of beans in. They actually taste really good. The texture is way too mushy. Again, the ball canning book has you soak them and then boil them for 30 minutes, then process them. And I'm assuming that the black beans are going to be kind of the same way, although they do look a little firmer in the jar. So I haven't tried the black beans yet. Like I said, I just got my pressure canner, so I haven't tried all of the things yet, but I have tried the kidney beans and the chickpeas. Okay, this is the ball recipe for, what is this? Sweet pickle relish. And it's a good recipe. I actually like this one better. This is a recipe for zucchini relish. It's just prettier in the jar, and it's really, really good on hot dogs. And I got this recipe from Linda's Pantry, so I will link to her video below. And then This, I use this every day. I eat ketchup on eggs. I don't know if that's weird, but I do. This is blender ketchup, and I actually got this recipe from a Hobby Farm Home magazine. If I can find the recipe, I'll surely link it below. This is wonderful, and this is the second year in a row that I've made this recipe, and it's great to use up extra tomatoes that you have in your garden. Alright, then these are bread and butter pickles. These are so fantastically delicious. They're great just to eat on the side of a sandwich, or if you put them on hamburgers. They're sweet pickles. They have vinegar and sugar, and there's actually also little onions cut up in there too. So they're really, really good. This is the second year that I've made them. Last year I cut them like a little bit too thin, so this year they're thicker. I had 14 cucumber plants, so I had about, I don't know, thousands of cucumbers. So I sold some, and then I made a lot of pickles. So that brings me, let me go back here to these pickles. These are the brine pickle recipe from the bulk canning book. They are actually terrible, and I have to throw out the whole batch. I wouldn't say they're bad, they don't have hardly any flavor. I'm not sure if I let the fermentation process go too long. Don't really know. It turned out beautiful, and I had high hopes. I thought that they would taste good, but they don't. Then this is the thing that I've been canning for the longest, is applesauce. Me and my mom get together and we'll can for like 12 hours one day and just get jars and jars and jars put away. I try to make sure that we have like a jar to open like every other week. I usually use the pint jars, but I only have quart jars left. I live near, you probably can't tell, it's snowing on the first day of spring here. I live near an apple orchard. You can kind of, if you look past the flowers there, there's like some apple trees there. So I get the apples from the farmer there. These we always can just plain, don't mix them together. We just do Fuji apples, that's it. You don't have to add any sugar. Delicious, wonderful, wonderful. I mean, if you've never had home canned applesauce, you've just gotta try it. It's nothing like the applesauce from the store, at least with the Fuji apples. Then here's another recipe from Linda's Pantry. It is a sweet onion jam. You basically caramelize onions, and actually I don't know if it's her recipe, but that's where I saw it. Her and the Needy Homesteader. I don't know. I'll try to link all the videos to give everybody credit where credit's due. But this is basically caramelized onions, balsamic vinegar, and maybe brown sugar. This is so good. Like if you cook hamburgers, to put a plop on top of the hamburgers and then kind of like let it get gooey again and caramelize, it's really, really good. Okay, I think that's it. So as far as, I would can pretty much everything again except the beans. I'm hoping to find a better method because they're a little mushy. And then those pickles, I don't know, I'll give them a second attempt because I really want that to work. So I hope you enjoyed watching this, and I hope you get to canning.